This is the Mandalorian 1X5. There's not much to say, really, so I'm just gonna jump into it.
They know he's here.
Yes.
Then they'll keep coming.
Yes.
Hand over the child, Mando. I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
That's my line.
Oh, but his ship is damaged.
Losing fuel.
Yeah, his ship is damaged. That's cool. Look how you can see the space reflected in the glass sphere.
This is Mos Eisley Tower. We are tracking you. Head for Bay 35.
Wait, did they say Mos Eisley?
Copy that. Locked in for 3-5.
No way. So this is Tatooine. So the Jawas, the last couple episodes, we weren't actually on Tatooine. Wow. Of all the places to end up. Was he headed there? What are the odds he ended up in Tatooine? He wasn't heading there, was he? It's kind of weird. I mean, how close? I mean, oh my gosh, it's the pit droids. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen them since episode 1.
Hey!
They're bringing episode 1 into this. She's like Watto. Kind of reminds me of him a little bit.
Carbon scoring building up top.
Carbon scoring.
I'll get you your money.
I've heard that before.
Just remember.
Yeah. No droids. I heard you. You don't have to say it twice.
This is gonna be the nostalgic episode. Oh wow, that shows you Tatooine's distaste for the stormtroopers. Wait, did he leave Yoda on the? He leave the baby on the ship? Why would he leave it on the ship?
Ship if I were you.
You know people are looking for him. Yeah, why the heck did he leave him?
How do I know?
Anybody
who
could
it
have
is?
kidnapped him.
Give me a second.
He's a droid.
I am going to look after you until the Mandalorian gets
He's a
back.
droid who fixes cars.
And then I'm gonna charge him extra for watching you.
She's kind of likable. I kind of like her. Oh, this is not the bar, is it? Is this the most?
Hey, droid.
Wait, was that a R?
I'm a hunter.
Was that a R5D4? I thought you.
Guild work.
Think again, Tin Can.
I thought droids were not supposed to be served. Things have really
Name's
changed
Toro.
since the Empire's days.
Pelican.
The droids are now serving people. The C-3PO couldn't even
This
get in
bounty
there.
book Before I left,
How long you been with the guild?
long enough.
Fennec Shand is an elite mercenary. If you go after her, you won't make it past sunrise.
You can keep the money, all of it. I just need this job to get into the guild.
Meet me at Hangar 35 in half an hour. Where is he?
Quiet!
Oh.
Oh, it's okay.
I like that.
You won't get up. You can't just leave a child all alone like that.
Thank you.
Oh, I guess I was right. You got a job, didn't you?
Hey, Mando, what do you think? Not too shabby, huh?
Speeder bikes.
Ma'am?
Oh man. It's very Dash Rendar, Shadow of the Empire.
Tusken
They're
Raiders.
Tusken Raiders.
I heard the locals talking about this filth.
Tuskens think they're the locals. Why don't you tell them yourself?
Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh, sign language?
What are you doing?
Negotiating.
They signed that in sign language. What? No way. There's more to them than just That dude's a wannabe Han Solo. Han Solo. He got the vest and everything, but he no more the charm.
Alright, tell me what you
It's
see.
a dewback.
Do back.
I don't like how they say every single name. We know
That
what it
hurts
is.
at the-
It's like they're running into everything you ever knew about Tatooine and Star Wars. But the dewback is great.
Get down!
Oh,
Mando!
the trap. There's a trap. There's the one. There's the target. Oh. Oh.
Are you alright?
Yeah. Hit me in the Beskar. And at that range, Beskar held up.
Yeah, came from that
Impact
ridge.
lessens the distance lessens the damage.
Okay, we're gonna wait until dark.
Oh, there's a Zan Retro. I kind of look up.
Sleep on the job, old man.
Are you serious? What are you
You
doing?
done?
Yeah. I was just, you know,
You can.
I don't know about
Towards
this
those
guy.
rocks.
How far away is she? Jeez. Those things look like they're going really fast. Change of tactics, man. Oh, she got him. What you gonna do, boy? At least one of you would get there. Come on. Oh, whoa. She had to back up. Yeah, you thought that would be that easy? Whoa. Oh, some martial arts grappling moves.
Nice distraction. Okay, I'll do it. Watch her. And don't let her get near the bike. She's no good to us dead.
he even said the Boba Fett line. Wow, they actually did that. Wait.
His armor alone's worth more than my bounty.
Right.
I already told you, I don't care about the money.
Then think what it would do for your reputation.
Uh,
You bring the guild that traitor, and they'll welcome you with open arms. Word is, he still has the target with him.
oh my gosh, come on.
Look,
You gonna betray a
if you're
Mandalorian?
afraid to take... You want to be a bounty hunter? Make the best deal for yourself and survive.
Yeah, but that's the same thing goes for her too. You can't trust her. Why am I rooting for this guy now? I like how the gun makes like a smacking sound as it puts in the holster. It's a cool sound. Why are you gonna do that? You can't trust her. She can beat the. You sure already showed you can beat your ass. Oh shit!
Good advice.
He's more ruthless than I thought.
But if I took those binders off you,
Yeah, she'd kick your
I'd be a
ass.
dead man.
Okay, he's smarter than I thought. I kind of like that. That was kind of cool. he did it his own way. I gotta respect him for that. He's gonna be thinking, what the heck just happened? She's dead?
Took you long enough, Mando. Looks like I'm calling the shots now. Cuff him. And I'm willing to bet that this here is the target you helped escape.
What? Oh, was that on the flares? Uh-huh. What do you think his blaster was gonna do anyway?
Stay back.
I mean,
We gotta get it.
a couple of shots was... Even that lady couldn't even penetrate that armor.
You're hiding from us.
First joke.
So I take it you didn't get paid.
I like her. She's cool. Whoa!
That cover me?
Yeah, it's gonna come.
Yeah, that'll be good. That's really good. I'll make do with this.
All right, pig droids,
We're
let's
rich.
drag this out of here. I don't know. Drag it to Beggar's Canyon.
Oh my gosh, Beggar's Canyon. I don't know, the reference part is a bit much, but I like her. I like her. Oh, Dave Filoni. I know that name somewhere. Is he the one who does the Clone Wars and stuff? Okay, I like that episode. The nostalgia elements is a little too much, way too much. It takes me out of the film a little bit. It takes me out a lot. It's very unrealistic. This episode had more nostalgia than any other episode in the series so far, and it's like it's like a tour of nostalgia of Star Wars. That's what it felt like. We went through all the main places and nothing else. We didn't travel through anything new, right? We arrived in one of those landing bays like the Millennium Falcon. We went to the cantina. We drove through the desert on speeder bikes. We saw Dewbacks. We saw Tusken Raiders. It felt like some kind of holiday special at times. Where we just kind of go through all of the places we've seen. They really rushed that. There's no way it's unrealistic. It seems unrealistic. You just ran into all those things in one episode. So that part I don't like. I don't like that. Unrealistic, takes me out of the episode. Just a little bit too much fan service there. Fan service is probably the right word there. But there was a lot to like about it. I liked it better than the last episode. The last episode was really Hercules and Xena to me, and the acting is, the last one was kind of weak. A lot of the supporting cast and whatnot. But this episode I thought was really cool. Not just because we were on Tatooine, which I love Tatooine. I love one of my favorite planet in Star Wars. But I don't know. It's a different kind of show. They don't seem to be that interested in moving the plot forward that much. It's very old-fashioned, I think. Right? It's supposed to be like a spaghetti western or something, as I understand it. I'm starting to understand that. Right? Every episode mostly kind of does its own thing. Kind of individual episodic journeys, and at the end of the episode we move on, kind of thing. But there's something progressing there, but not much really has happened for the overall story. But I didn't really mind this episode. I think I'm starting to understand how they're doing this. Although we only got a couple more episodes left. But I don't know. If they do more stuff like this, I don't mind. It was actually kind of cool. It did feel kind of, I don't want to say it. It did feel a little one and done kind of thing, where you go to a place, you see everybody, and then you leave and you never come back again. But on the positive side, I like the engineer. Engineer was cute, and she survived. That's good. She was funny. Don't know who she is, but she's funny. At first, she kind of took me out of it. She talks like, I don't know, but the characters don't sound like Star Wars. That's a big problem for me. It looks a lot like Star Wars, but it doesn't sound like it at all. If you listen to the original Star Wars films, there is a cadence to their voices. They have a sing-song quality to it. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious. We must be cautious. Only stormtroopers are so precise. Do or do not. There is no try. This deal is getting worse all the time, or something like that. I've altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further. Impressive. Most impressive. May the force be with you. See what I mean? There is a cadence to dialogue, and so you could quote all that stuff. It's so quotable. I don't know any quotes from any of the current Star Wars films. I don't know anything that they said. That's a big problem, because this is space opera, and the quotable line is part of it. That sing-song quality is very He-Man or Conan kind of a Shakespearean kind of quality to it. You need that dialogue to be very melodic, but then none of these new ones have it. They just talk like regular people. That's a big problem for me. But besides that, okay, she was kind of cool. She was weird. She was quirky. Good. I want to see something that's in a Star Wars world. I want to see a little bit of weirdness. And the podlings or whatever, the pit droids. The pit droids were awesome addition. They look great. They look just like they were when the first episode brought me back a bit into it. And the prequels don't get a lot of love, and I love the prequels, and so it was really cool to see them acknowledge their existence by bringing in some of the pit droids. It was really cute, and we get to see that Mando still doesn't like droids, so that's consistent with his character. He goes to Mos Eisley. He goes to the cantina, and I assume it's Mos Eisley. We see the droids have now taken over the cantina, right? That's what I'm seeing, right? That they used to not let droids in, but it looks like it's changed a lot since then. Oh, and they had stormtroopers on pikes, their heads on pikes. There's definitely a anger towards they didn't like the stormtroopers because they took over probably because they controlled that sector. So they're free now, and so they've put those spikes up. The remnants of the Empire are not welcome there, clearly. He meets a guy with an earring in his ear. Fresh face, first time bounty hunter dude. I don't know what his name was. I didn't know what to make of him at first, and I didn't. I don't know. I thought it was kind of cute. He wanted to become a first time bounty hunter, but I wasn't. I didn't know. I didn't know if I could trust him. And apparently you could at first, but then he decided to betray you. It's kind of weird. They just kind of started up a conversation like nothing. I thought he knew the guy at first, but he didn't. He never knew. He didn't know him. That was the first time they ever talked to each other. Just sat down, and next thing they're having a conversation. Kind of weird. I guess maybe he needed money. I don't know. I thought it was weird that he left Baby Yoda on the ship. The engineer lady, played it off as you're not a very good parent. But I think just from the fact that he knows that baby is in danger, it was really dumb of him from a strategic point of view as a bounty hunter to leave your target alone when you know anybody could take him. Weird. After all this, he doesn't leave the guy anywhere. Suddenly he's leaving him in this ship. Maybe he didn't want him to be a target. That's possible. But still, you left him. He's safer with you than not. So I don't know. Hide him or something. But it was kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It seemed like a really dumb mistake for somebody who's supposed to be so smart to make. They go off and hunt down this bounty, and they meet up with Tusken Raiders in the desert using the speed bikes from Shadows of the Empire. We meet up with remember the Dash Rendar going to Tatooine and everything. We meet up with Tusken Raiders, and something I didn't appreciate was when we've only seen the Tusken Raiders to be very nomadic tribes, savage creatures. They tore up Shmi Skywalker and nearly killed Luke in a battle in the beginning of episode 4. I think episode 2 did show that they have they have kids and whatnot. There is a culture there we didn't quite get to know. And this one showed that these guys actually they can communicate, they will trade, and it seems as though Mando has dealt with them before. And, they're natives. And he understood them. They're not as savage as you think they are. They don't speak your language, but doesn't mean that they're animals. They're not savage beasts. They have intelligence. They have culture. And, just gotta trade with them. And they were good with it. I did feel it was weird. Once again, they just appeared. It felt like a kid's Saturday morning cartoon. Hello, kids. How are you doing? Or like Rogers. What's it called? Mr. Rogers. It's like Mr. Rogers or something where you introduce every species to them. See, these are Tusken Raiders. Kids, kind of a weird thing. The Tusken Raiders just appeared. It felt very holiday special, Saturday morning cartoonish, kind of weird. Like they were rushing through it. So instead of actually getting to realistically meet them, they're just there, and then we're talking to them already. And we get to see dewbacks. Too many references. They mentioned carbon scoring. They mentioned Beggar's Canyon. They mentioned Womp Rats. A little bit too many lines in one episode. It's as if these people in Tatooine, their natural dialogue is to reference as many references from the original trilogy as they can every time you talk to them. Once again, too much. But we got to fight this bounty hunter, Asian bounty hunter chick, and she wipes the floor with him, but Mando captures her, and then he has to go back and get a dewback, and she talks him into going after the Mando. But the kid is smart enough to know, at least, or savage enough to know. He's unscrupulous enough to know that she's not going to help him. And as soon as I let the cuffs go, I'm dead man. So I'm going to have to take her out because she's not going to help me anyway. But then she makes him ruthless is the word. He's ruthless. And he doesn't have a sense of loyalty. He's a fool to try and attack a Mandalorian. He should know that. But he's such an arrogant young man. He just fell for the trap. He's so stupid. I don't know what he was gonna try and do. Even if he shot the Mandalorian, we've already shown that a couple blaster shots not gonna do that much damage. Although that was the distance, maybe it was farther away. But come on, your pistol wasn't even as powerful as hers. You expect to penetrate the armor? Yeah, you were a dead man either way. So looks like she's dead. He's dead. Only the engineer survived. And the last thing we saw in the episode, what the hell was that? Who the hell is that? That must be what the gunslinger was referring to in the title. Who the hell, or is the Mandalorian the gunslinger? I think it's it could be the Mandalorian, or is it the stranger at the end of the episode? Who is it? Who is it? My best bet. I don't know anybody. I feel like it. Boba Fett. My only possibility. He was on there in Tatooine. He escaped from the Sarlacc pit in the extended books. Oh, could it be him? It could be Boba Fett. That would be so cool. I think they're really gonna bring him in. I don't know anybody else it could be. If it's a character from the books and extended universe kind of stuff, I would not know. Clone Wars, Rebels. I never watched any of that kind of stuff. I wouldn't know. So I wouldn't. But I feel like it wouldn't be hidden unless it was gonna be a big surprise. And the only big surprise it could be is Boba Fett. Who else? We don't know anybody else. But that was another episode of The Mandalorian. I am starting to understand the feel of the show. Overall, I like it. I like it. I think some episodes are weaker than others. It's not the strongest series yet, you know. But it's got the visual department in spades. Visually, it is a beautiful series. There's so much to enjoy just from the looks of it. I found it I actually like this episode a lot more. A lot. I like this one a lot. It was very relaxing in parts with the engineer and all that stuff. It felt like the episode of the week though, and that could be a problem for some. I think I'm understanding the pace of this show kinda, but the next three better pick it up, or we're just gonna relaxly go into the next season, which would be They haven't really followed the progress of who the heck the Yoda baby is. What is his deal? Why are they after him and all that stuff? But they don't seem to be anywhere interested in following that up yet. All we've got out of this so far is that there is a mysterious figure that we don't get to see who that is. Is it somebody we met before, or is it somebody who we know in the universe who we haven't met? Please tell me it's Boba Fett. Please tell me it's Boba Fett. All right. That's all of it. That wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. I don't know if I recommend this series to anybody just yet. We gotta see where this is gonna go. It's I would say, you have to really be you should know what kind of a format it is. At first, it was really cool, and then you start to realize they're not really progressing the story much at all. So if you're into watching like a serial drama where every episode is another case, I don't know, maybe like a la X-Files, where only the last episode of the season really progressed the plot. The last episode or two, right? There was barely stuff like that, or maybe like a detective mystery or Law and Order or something like that. It has a lot, or you know what? Or maybe the Kung Fu, what was it called? Kung Fu something. The one with David Carradine, like that, like a wandering traveler beating up bad guys who deserve it, and then just keeps wandering. He moves on, wandering. It has that feel to it. Oh no, you know what? Parts of this episode are giving me. The last episode gave me Hercules Xena vibes. This episode gave me. You ever seen a Navigator? You know what I'm talking about? Like movie you watched as a kid with that machine, and the kid was got warped into, like, he got skipped ahead by like 6 years, and everyone's all changed, and his whole world has changed. No, like 13 years, 20 years, something a long way later. But the part with the baby at the end with the engineer, it gave me some weird vibes of the Navigator when he's, going into the ship and all that. The show gives me some weird 80s vibes from all kinds of sci-fi stuff from those 90s, 80s, 90s, E.T. and stuff like that. Particularly this one was Navigator. We'll see what the next episode reminds me of, but it's got some interesting characteristics in these episodes that make me think of the weirdest stuff sometimes. But it was good. It was good. I like this episode. I'll see you guys at the next one. Thank you for watching. Thank you, everybody.